Wow, SNAP beneficiaries, otherwise known as food stamps, or EBT card holders who are low income, please prepare yourself now as we have 3 new bills currently on the table, which will be changing this program in a massive way for over 42 million beneficiaries who do rely on these monthly benefits. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the names of these 3 pieces of legislation, what they would do to this program, and in my honest opinion, these are likely coming sooner than later, probably within the next couple months here. And again, this is going to change the program and restrict a lot of the purchases that you make with your EBT benefits. Let's jump into the details right away. Now, again, I want to run through the details of each of these pieces of legislation that are out there. We're likely going to be seeing these coming here that will be changing the program, and I'll give you the names of each of them and the purposes behind what they want to do here. Now, I want to be fair with you as well. There's actually about 2 more, at least 2 more big pieces of legislation out there that are also on the table to change this program in a massive way. Let's focus on those ones in a separate video simply because those are a little bit different, but the 3 I'm talking about right here are also very, very similar and restrict the program and the purchases in a massive way. Wow, you ready for this? Okay, let's run through the details. Now, you've heard me talk about a couple of these before in other videos. However, we now have a third one. So I'm going to start out with the third one, the newest one that recently hit the table here. I'll tell you the details and the parameters around it, and then I will get into the other 2, which, to be fair with you, I have talked about before in other videos, but I wanted to lump all of them together because they're all very, very similar here and have very similar objectives with the SNAP program, which, by the way, just want to clarify this, everything I'm talking about pertains to SNAP benefits, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, food stamps, EBT, those benefits right there, okay? All right, anyway, the name of the first one is Funding is 040 Nutrition Options Act of 2025. You got that? Funny name, right? Yeah, I totally agree with you. And honestly, it's a really weird name. I don't know. I don't I don't love this name, but this is what it is. Again, funding is 040 Nutrition Options Act of 2025. It's also abbreviated as FISNO. FISNO? Really? I mean, seriously, this is a real thing. Look it up if you don't believe me. It is really a thing. Anyway, I'll tell you the name one more time just because it's so incredibly weird here. Funding is 040 Nutrition Options Act of 2025. Okay, anyway, what does this do? It completely restricts the purchase of soda pop, drinks, carbonated beverages with your EBT. Now, they've identified this or defined what they actually call as soda, which I really like here because just the other day I was out in a live stream and I had a really good question from Teresa. And she reached out and said, well, what about diet soda? Would that be on the list as well? Really good question, okay? Let's talk about the details of this because they actually identify and give very clear specifics as far as what they call soda pop, again, whatever you call it. Okay, so with this piece of legislation, they identify soda pop, again, I like to call it all 3 just because it depends on where you're located around the country, you may call it something different. But they say it is a carbonated beverage and anything that has more than 1 gram of sugar added or 1 gram of artificial sweetener per serving would be considered soda pop, and would be restricted with purchase with EBT, okay? Now, let's think about this for a minute. I'm going to be 100% fair with you. I have not looked at the nutrition label of a can of soda in a lot of years, okay? I'm just going to be fair with you. So I don't really know how much 1 can is. Is 1 can a serving? I guess I could have done that research before I started this video, but honestly, I didn't do that. Is 1 can 1 serving? That'd be my big question. I think it is, okay? I could be wrong on that, but let's just say this much. For example, many of you here in the community know I like those energy drinks, right? I drink energy drinks. It's not a good habit. I would not advise that, but it's something that I really enjoy, okay? My point is the ones that I get are 0 calorie. The 0 calorie ones are the ones that I like, okay? They have 0 calories in them. I don't know what they have for sugar. I honestly think it's like 0. I don't really think it's really a whole lot in there. But my point is, an example like that, and diet soda, just like Teresa was asking the other day in that live stream, this is a really good question. In general, a lot of the times, diet soda also has 0 calories or 0 across the board on everything, right? So the big question here would be is, in this type of situation, obviously not all soda pop would be qualified for this, but according to their definition of basically below or 1 gram or less of sugar added or artificial sweetener per serving would be, within the confines of what you could buy. But anything above those thresholds would be exempt. So if a diet soda, for example, has 0 sugar in it or 1 gram or less, and the serving size is, 1 can, technically, according to this definition, you could still buy these types of drinks. Interesting how that goes, right? So basically what they're saying is that they don't want you buying the stuff that's full loaded with sugar. They don't want that to be purchased, but rather diet options or the 0-calorie options, like the ones that I like with the energy drinks, those may still be an option to use your SNAP benefits on. Interesting, right? So there you go. There may be a loophole here, okay? Now, I'm going to be fair with you as well. Diet drinks certainly do not taste the same as the regular ones, okay? I mean, obviously you know that, but there may be a little bit of a loophole here with this one-piece legislation that is currently on the table. And again, feel free to look it up if you'd like to read more about this, but I fully expect, and again, I just want to make this very clear, I fully 100% expect that they will restrict the purchase of a lot of these foods here, as in sugary drinks that they're calling carbonated beverages, pop, soda pop. I fully expect them to restrict those purchases in a massive way here coming up, probably sooner than later, because we have 3 dedicated pieces of legislation basically doing the exact same thing. This one right here, the Funding is Zero for Zero Nutrition Options Act of 2025. This one is mostly focused on sodas, but I'm just saying, and the other 2 that I'm going to talk about here in just a second also have soda wrapped into it, but it's more expansive, talking about other foods as well. Anyway, that's the one there, okay? Now, let's talk about the other 2 really quickly here. Again, I'm going to be fair with you. I have talked about them before in other videos and in live streams, but I'm just going to run through the details because all of these are very similar and they all have essentially the same objective, okay? So bill number 2 is the Healthy SNAP Act of 2025. What this one is, basically restricts the purchase of, again, pop, soda pop, prepared foods like cookies, candies, cakes, pies, ice cream, drink, different options like that. Okay, so it restricts the purchase of those with EBT benefits. So that's number 2, the Healthy SNAP Act of 2025. Number 3 is nutritious. What is it again? Nutritious SNAP Act? Is that what it is? Nutritious? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the name of it for a second. I think that's what it is. Nutritious SNAP Act of 2025. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so this one was introduced by Rand Paul. But anyway, this one here basically does the exact same thing. Restricts the purchase of pop, soda pop, and again, other prepared foods like, again, candies, cakes, cookies, pies, ice cream, desserts, things like that. Chips would also be on the list as well. But basically the same thing. Okay, so all 3 of these, notice the theme here. All 3 of these that I mentioned here basically are focusing on the restriction of pop, soda pop. That's number, the number one thing that is common across all 3 of these. But then the 2 that I mentioned, the Healthy SNAP Act and Nutritious SNAP Act of 2025, these 2 basically focus on all types of what they're calling as, candies, sugary pops and drinks, sugary foods prepared, cookies, pies, ice cream, cakes, donuts, things like that, okay? So anyway, these are the 3 that are out there. Now, as I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, there are 2 other major pieces of legislation on this program. They're a little bit different. I'm going to bring those to you in a separate video simply because those are also very interesting, and we certainly want to spend some time focusing on those as well. But I'm going to say this much. I've been saying this for a little while now. Fully expect some major changes to the SNAP program coming here, probably in the next couple months, okay? When exactly, we don't know the details as far as exactly when that would take place, but all I'm saying is that just get ready, they're coming, and we want to be prepared about this, okay? Now, the big question that I would have, and I don't have an answer to this right now, I've not seen any details about this, would be, when would these changes be enacted? Would it be immediately? Would it be upon the beginning of the new fiscal year when SNAP benefits are adjusted, which is October 1st? Would it be the calendar year? When would it be, right? That's the big question. We don't have an answer to that quite yet, but let me keep you posted on that. So if you are one of the 42 million people out there that has an EBT card enrolled in SNAP benefits food stamps, please just be prepared. This program will be changing, I guarantee it, okay? The degree of change is still up in the air, but these are some of them that are out there. I'll continue to keep you posted on this. By the way, if you have any questions or need any help with your Medicare, or if you're turning 65 right now and you're in the initial enrollment period for Medicare, please call the guys and the team over at Chapter. Again, absolutely incredible experts over there. The phone number's right there on your screen to help you with anything in regards to Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, Medicare Part D, initial enrollment into Medicare. They've got it all. Medigap Plans, they will help you. Absolute experts on this. They've helped well over 1,000 of you here in this community, 100% for free. They're saving the average person $1,100, which, by the way, that's the average. That means half of the people are saving more than that, half the people are saving less than that. But the average is $1,100 of savings from a simple little, couple minute phone call. That's incredible, right? Anyway, what they will do is they will spend the time to look through the thousands and thousands of plans across the country, isolate it down into plans in your local area to find you the best plan with the best coverages, with the best pricing for you and your personal situation, so you can see the doctors you want, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to visit, and all of that. Prescription needs, if you have any at all, they will find all of it and find you the best plan, the best coverages, best pricing, and hopefully save you a boatload of money as well. Again, the average person saving $1,100. That's real money savings. Anyway, phone number's there on your screen. Write it down, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. And then let me ask you a huge favor as well. Please share this with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your acquaintances, your siblings, anybody that needs this information. Please help them. Please do not hack out Medicare on your own. It's an absolute disaster. I did it with my parents. Not a good idea, okay? Last year I did it with my parents. Not a good idea. Please get some expert help, 100% for free. They're waiting to talk to you right now. The team over at Chapter, again, phone number right there on your screen. Otherwise, please subscribe to the channel as well. Big subscribe button right down below. Share the video. Again, I said that. Share the video. Big share button down below as well. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos hand-selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen here in just a minute. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, again, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for allowing me to allowing me to represent and advocate for you. Thank you for your continued trust in me, the videos, the content, everything I'm delivering to you every single day. And until next time, please have a nice day. And I really hope I can see you again soon in the next video or in